Hello, Gemini. Welcome to my channel. I am Iris Sirianni, and I'm here to do your January 2019 love guidance reading. I do my readings intuitively, and so that I can deliver messages to you that are for your highest good. So keep in mind the messages that I'm delivering, although I want them to be for you, you might find that they don't resonate with you, and that is totally okay. I hope that you will come back and watch some more videos that you are able to connect with. If you would like to have a private reading with me, I have left all of the information below on how to contact me for a private reading. And so let's get started. So I use 3 decks for my readings, and the first deck I use is Call It Baron Reads, Wisdom of the Oracle, and this deck is to pull out the overall energy for you for the month. And this month, for January 2019, you have milk and honey. And so this message really is speaking to the being able to bask in the glory of a lot of hard work and a lot of effort. And this is a time to kind of enjoy kind of the fruit of all of your labor and your efforts. And I'm venturing a guess that you've done a lot of work, and you've made significant changes that now find you this month in a state where you get to just relax and be joyful and playful and enjoy all the goodness that is coming to you. And so that is a really beautiful, positive message that is for you for the month of January. The land of milk and honey. So the second card I use is Call It Baron Reads, Fairy Tarot deck here. And I use these in almost every single reading that I do. And the way I do these readings is I lay down a set of 9 cards. The first 3 are your past and past influences, past work that you've done, past situations that you've worked through, challenges and so on. And then the next 3 are for your current situation. And ooh, that is a lot of cards. And then the final 3 are messages to help you move forward in your life. So the first card that we pulled out is the Emperor right here, and this is representing your past, and this is the balance between your heart and your head, that whole connection between heart and head, and it's about leadership, this one as well, and being the leader in your own life instead of letting others dictate how you choose to run your life. So there's sometimes we need to use our head, and other times that we need to use our heart. And sometimes we act from a place of our head and when we should be listening to our heart. And what happens then is we end up getting caught up in things that are distracting to us, things that stop us from moving forward, listening to people tell us things that are good for us, and not trusting our own intuition about what we know is good for us. But this card here, the Prince of Spring, is saying like it's time. It's time. Move on. It's time to pursue your dreams and your goals and have what you want in your life to get you to that eventual, there it is, place of happiness, satisfaction, and fulfillment. And this one here is the Ace of Autumn. So in the past, in the not too distant past, you had some success in your life. And that's been really a beautiful thing. And that's going to move you in to January, just beautiful, so that you can bask in that land of milk and honey. So by taking action on the things that you want in your life, and being creative and being energetic and taking care of yourself, and listening to your heart, instead of your head oftentimes, or listening to other people, it looks to me like you've already come, leaps and bounds, and that you have already had love and happiness and joy and peace that has already started to show up in your life. And so you're being encouraged to keep on being the emperor of your own life and trusting yourself and being the leader in your own life, and thereby being a leader for somebody else perhaps too, because when you are the leader of your own life, you then become the leader for other people. It's almost like you give them permission to be a leader in their own life. So the next three set of cards that I'm going to pull for you are your current, what's going on currently for you. And this card here, the King of Autumn, right there, talks about confidence, having everything that you want, creating the life that you want. You know, here's this king, and this is not a king that is going to be gender specific. So this is not talking about a king. This could be a king or queen, right? You are the leader in your own life, and this is about having the things that you want in your life. This is about having the love that you want in your life, and the type of relationship that you want to have in your life, and the inner happiness and inner peace and inner fulfillment. Because if you watch my videos, you'll certainly come to know that in order to have love and satisfaction and fulfillment and attract the right type of person into your life, you have to do the inner work. You can't escape that. And this card speaks to the fact, and even the past influence of you already stepping into being the leader of your own life and commanding and attracting really what it is that you want in your life, right? And that's how it's done, and it allows you to get to that place of, you know, your crowning energy, which is, you know, being able to sit back and relax and, you know, just enjoy the work that you've done for yourself. So your next card that came out was the Wheel, and this is the Wheel is a big deal. And because this here is like, it's the Wheel of Fortune. So wherever you have been stuck in your life, things are starting to move, you know. So maybe you have let go of that old relationship. Maybe you've let go of that bad habit. Maybe you have said no to something that normally you would have said yes to. Maybe you made a decision, a very empowered and strong decision, because as this king here, you have the ability to make those, you know, big choices for yourself, and trust yourself, and empower yourself, and show others how you want to be treated. And that's really significant, because we show other people how we want to be treated. And this card right here is somebody that commands respect, is kind, is caring, is compassionate, but also has really awesome boundaries, and is teaching people how they want to be treated. And as a result, your Wheel of Fortune is starting to turn. You're no longer stuck, and you are going after your dreams. And the King of Spring, leadership. Yeah, another king. You've got kings and emperors, and you are commanding your life, and you're bringing to you all of the love and happiness and joy and peace and fulfillment and satisfaction that you have always been dreaming of. It's coming your way. The wheels of fortune are turning in your life. And that's because of the work that you've been doing, listening to yourself and doing the things that are right for you and taking advantage of opportunities that show up for you. And as much as you give and you're kind and generous, you also allow yourself to be in the place of receiving love and kindness and generosity, but not in the form of, people being able to take advantage of you. That's not what this is about. This is about you being in a perfect balance of give and take, and allow the good to come to you as well. So let's see what your next action steps are as you move through January and beyond. And just because these are action steps for January doesn't mean that you can't use these same action steps to move you into February, into March. It's a way of integrating new ways of being. The Three of Spring. You see, she is a beautiful fairy, and she is in full blossom. And right there is a ship coming in. So whatever it is that you have been doing, whatever it is that you have been believing or working on internally, know that your ship is on its way in. So keep doing what you're doing. Be patient and be deliberate. Be firm, be confident, and trust yourself. That's a beautiful card, because there's nothing but everything that you want coming to you. And the renewal. This card here is a beautiful card, and it aligns beautifully with the start of a brand new year. This is renewal. This talks about you looking back in your life and reflecting on what has worked for you and doing more of it, what has not worked for you and doing less of it, or not doing it at all, and just changing old patterns and old beliefs and old stories that you were telling yourself, and even the inherited stories. And I talked about this with Taurus as well. The old stories of things that you've brought along with you in your past, and past beliefs that have been inherited down to you from your parents or caregivers, and their parents and so on and so on. So this is about letting go and recognizing where once something worked very well for you, that inner knowing that it might not work for you anymore. You've changed, you've grown, and it's okay to let go of that. Just because it worked for you once doesn't mean you have to keep it forever and ever and ever. Amen, right? It's good to let go, and it's a renewal process, and it's a time of forgiveness and growth, and yes, the King of Winter. The King of Winter. And that big bird, that's an owl. Wisdom and knowledge and insight. This is actually a really good time to go inside yourself too, and pull out from all of the experiences that you've had, and draw on the wisdom of all of those experiences. Because like I said, you are not the same person that you were last year. You're not even the same person you were 5 years ago or 10 years ago. And for some of you, I'm getting a sense that you might still be in a way of doing habitual things that you do without really having too much awareness that you're actually even doing it. It's almost like the same record repeating itself. And so this card here, the King of Winter, is suggesting that when you kind of just stop and just reflect, and this is where the renewal card comes in as well, because when you stop and reflect and allow yourself to have a certain amount of awareness of why you're doing the same things that you've always been doing, or telling yourself certain things never work out for me. I always attract the same type of person. I'm never going to be happy. My parents weren't happy. My family's not happy. Everybody in my family's been divorced. Why do I even care about if I ever get married? You know, whatever it happens to be for you, have a look at this. Take some time to, during your renewal time, to draw out your own inner wisdom and bring out that to fly into January with. Because I think as soon as you tap into more of your own wisdom and have that level of awareness of what is mine, what are my beliefs, what beliefs am I carrying from who I was 10 years ago. I know for me personally, if I look back at who I was 10 years ago, I am definitely not the same person that I was 10 years ago. And so certain people and things in my life have had to change. Some things I've said, like, I just don't want to do that anymore, because that's part of who I was before, but that's not part of who I am today, and I don't need that anymore. Sometimes it's about relationships, you know, and sometimes it's not always about dumping the relationship. Sometimes it's about honoring yourself and being the leader in your own life and having new boundaries and saying, you know, like, I don't really like that anymore. And honoring that and believing in yourself that, you know, you can set new boundaries for yourself, and that's okay, because people in your life are either going to respect them or they're not. And if they don't, then they fall away. And guess what happens? You open the door to letting the new person come to you. So if you're single and you are wanting to attract that perfect person for you, look at the stories that you're telling yourself. Look at the beliefs that you have about love and relationships and the type of people that you have been attracting into your life, and why things haven't worked out. Like, do some reflection about, why things haven't worked out for you, and extrapolate what's been working for you, what old beliefs you need to upgrade, what new boundaries you need to set for yourself, and do this fearlessly. Like, you know, you're in the time of the Emperor, and you are in the time of the King, and you are in time of another king, and you are in time of another king. Like, you have like 4 kings in your reading, which means that you are the creator of everything that you want to have in your life. And by upgrading yourself and doing this process of renewal and upgrading your boundaries and your beliefs and the stories that you tell yourself, you are going to make significant progress, and you're also going to attract somebody really fantastic into your life, because our energies attract like. You know, if you're the king up here, you're going to attract other people who are at the same vibrational level as you, who also have really good boundaries and are, you know, really in tune with themselves and, you know, have let go of all of their own judgments and ways of beings and beliefs and things like that. And that's a really awesome thing, because it's going to lead you to the land of milk and honey. That was right at the top of your reading right here. So that's a really, really positive thing. This is a really, really amazing reading. So the last card that I pulled from you is from the Kuan Yin Oracle right here. And these messages in this deck they're so enlightening and so deep in their messages. And so I read directly from the book. It's the only book that I do read from, because the messages have so much depth and meaning to them, like I said. And I find that regardless of how this reading has resonated with you so far, that this one message in and of itself will probably have some meaning for you. So this is Radiant Moon of Compassion, and we seem to be in a time of compassion. As the Earth's population is raising its vibration, there is a lot of compassion that we need to have, starting with ourselves and then spreading that compassion out to other people. And oftentimes it's about forgiving ourselves, having compassion for ourselves, forgiving other people, and having compassion for them for where they are on their own journey, you know. And a lot of times people do us wrong, you know, and we carry those feelings around with us. And you know, I still believe in the good in humanity, and that people are always doing the very best they can with where they're at in their life and the tools that they have and how much awareness they've allowed themselves to have about where they are. So Kuan Yin sits upon a radiant moon of compassion, pouring forth the spiritual strength needed for you to liberate yourself from lower vibrational energies of fear and judgment into the vibration of freedom, love, and peace where you naturally belong. You are being urged to use this power now to grow spiritually and free yourself from a situation that could draw you down. And this speaks about just negative energies that just wear you down, you know. This is where you might need to upgrade your boundaries, you know, and step into your kingness. And that goes for whether you're a man or a woman. Beloved, you are currently challenged by lower vibration energies. This is not bad. In fact, you have been called to this situation. You have called this situation to you so that you may grow spiritually. Kuan Yin is with you to ensure that you are victorious. These energies of challenge may appear to be external in the form of a person, place, thing, or situation, or a current or past relationship. They may appear to be internal in the form of a habit of self-doubt, self-judgment, or the judgment and criticism of others. You can either choose to allow these energies to pull you down into fear and judgment, or you can choose to grow spiritually through the practice of compassion and liberate yourself into greater peace, love, and freedom. Kuan Yin shines her radiant moon of compassion, reaching to you to allow her to nourish and lift you, to help you as you choose to rise above, growing spiritually stronger as a result. Compassion does not mean becoming a doormat or indulging in the emotional suffering or even the manipulation or games that another may seek to play from a partially aware and wounded state. It does not mean collapsing into sympathy and seeking to rescue another from their own life choices and experiences. Compassion is recognition of the power of all souls to co-create their life experience. Compassion is also the recognition of the struggle that humankind can experience in the process of spiritual growth and gentle, loving compassion for all of humanity, not from a position of spiritual arrogance, but from a position of kindness and generosity of spirit. Compassion aligns you back to your soul light, to your own spiritual power, and lifts you to freedom. Allow the beloved mother to shine her radiant moon of compassion in your heart now to help you free yourself from judgment and back into wisdom, discernment, and peace. You deserve no less, beloved. So what a beautiful message for you for this January. Your reading is amazing. I am really, really pleased, and I hope that you pull into your kingness. I'm going to call it kingness this month for you, because you have 4 kings that just speak to your own inner strength and attracting that love and that peace and that joy and that happiness. And remember, love is an inside job. You have to do the work on the inside before it can come to you on the outside. So with so much love and blessings for you for January, I hope that you have heard something in this video that resonated with you. If you do, please go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell to be notified of videos that I upload. And if you would like a private reading with me, all the details are below. And follow me on Instagram at Iris Sirianni. And as always, please leave your comments, like and share and all of that kind of stuff. And until we meet again, take good care. Blessings to you.